Yes, Father Moo in your area. In the big church on Sunday morning. That's right. What's up? I'm back. Thank you for coming out to another Father Moo live stream on the Nord Modular. Okay, that's too much reverb even for me. Well, I gotta get straight to it. First of all, I just want to say a bunch of new subscribers and listeners and clicks and all that stuff. It's much appreciated. Lots of comments, feedback. I love it. It's great. This will always be a small niche channel. I know that only so many people care about a man running software in Windows 98 compatible mode on a Sunday in a church, but it's fine. It's good. Let's keep it small. I'm happy. I want it to be small. Anyway, let's dive straight into today's stream because my battery's at 30% and I want to try and see if I can do this before I crash this little computer here. This patch you're listening to is one we built before using the this minimal dub generator starting point. So rather than start from scratch today, I'm going to start from here and make what I hope will be quite a different configuration, but the sequencers and stuff I think I'm going to need, so I'm going to just leave them where they are. At least for starters. That's why we're doing this here. Okay. So before on this stream, we had a tribute to Pansonic. And more recently, we had a tribute to Taylor Dupree of 12K. And today I want to do something that's sonically kind of similar to Taylor's music. I want to do a tribute to a guy named SND. I don't know much about SND. I'm pretty sure it's one or two British dudes, and I'm pretty sure they don't use a Nord Modular. They probably use a sampler for at least most of the stuff I've heard. What's interesting about them is they make UK Garage. UK Garage was big in 2001 and kind of in 2002, and it led into what we know is much more famous, dubstep. I was even a DJ in 2001 here in Taiwan, and I played a lot of UK garage stuff, although most people didn't know what it was. It's fine. So point is, SND makes a very quirky or minimal sort of twist on UK garage. They, as I said, their drums sound like they come out of a sampler. But rather than using vocals and R&B like most UK garage does, they use very thin digital synth sounds. So I'm sure the Nord can make the synth sounds. As for the drum sounds, I'm going to get as close as I can, but it's not going to sound like a sampled breakbeat. So let's just keep that in mind. The other key difference, and this is the real challenge of today's programming, is that UK garage is always swung. And the Nord Modular prefers to do straight rhythms. As you can see here, this 64-step sequence is a straight rhythm. But I'm going to try and reconfigure at least the event sequencers here to do the drum parts in a swung tempo. So I think I'm going to start by deleting some stuff from the existing setup here. This stuff is all great, but I don't need it right now. I'm going to definitely need 3 drum synths today. That much is clear to me. And I am going to try and make, in addition to 3 drum synths, I'm going to try and make a bass sound. And I'm going to try and make one other synth sound. So a total of 5 voices. I don't know if I can fit that all in. A compressor will probably help, so let's just leave that in the mix. And, oh yeah, this is set up to be like an echo chamber thing. I don't think we're going to need this here. We're probably going to need all the processing power we can get, so let's kill this. Yeah, let's kill this too. I mean, let's unalive this. Sorry, I shouldn't use that K word. It's a bad word. People don't like it. And set up the outputs. Oh, the kick drum is still kicking there. Okay, it doesn't matter. Just leave it for now. Well, okay. So we're down to just the sequencers left behind here. I don't want to mess with this stuff. This is built the way the book told me to build it, but I do know what I need to do here. Oh, I think I can get rid of the note sequencers too. There will be tuned parts, but probably not a sequence like that. So first of all, instead of each of these being 16, each of these is going to be 12. Because that's how you make a swung beat. You use the first and the third notes of a triplet. There's other ways to do it. Oh God, my battery power is so low. There's other ways to do it, but yeah, so we need to, this is how we're going to do it on the Nord. So 12, 12, 12, and this one has to be the total of 12 times 4, which I believe is 48. And we can just go ahead and remove any data from the steps after 12 because they ain't going to need it. There's not going to be anything there. They're not going to use those steps. You know, I'm so worried. I'm just going to take 1 second. I'm going to run and grab the power adapter for the laptop. I'll probably clip this out of the YouTube upload, but I'm going to go do that now. Hold on.
A few moments later.
Okay, and we're back. Power is restored. So, I'm happy I did that. I want to get this right. So if you follow along up here now, here's a little green light. You can see when he hits 12, he disappears from one and he moves to the next dude. Oh, here's a confusing issue. This one is running 48. Oh, yeah. No. Oh, no, that's not right. Oh, no, this is going to be wrong. How do you do that then? How do you... Okay. See, my issue here is every time this guy hits 12, he jumps to the next one because he's only 12 long. But this guy, because he's set to 48, he still plays through steps 13 to 16. So there's no way to avoid that I know of, so all I can think of to do is to reduce this one down to an 8-step process. So that means this guy has a bar and a beat. This guy has a bar, this guy has a bar, and this guy has 2 beats, I guess. Well, I guess let's plug in some drums and see what it sounds like, and hopefully it works. And if not, I should be able to tweak it to get it to work. As you can tell, the years of working on the Nord, I haven't done much with swung tempos just because, well, it's so much easier to do on a PC or something else. So I guess I got a bit lazy there. I'm going to move these Logics over here, make room for my drums, put my drums up here. The good thing is I do this because I want to learn as well. I may have had this synth for going on 20 years, but obviously there's still tons I have to learn. So let's learn. Okay. Set this to kick 2, snare 2, and cymbal 2 for now, just as a default, and get them going. We're going to have the kick and the snare to start with. We'll worry about the hat later. I'll definitely need another sequencer for that because these are only 2 channels. So I'm going to turn on the yellow cables, which I had turned off just because it was messy. And I believe this is the output of all the channel 1s summed together going into kick drum. Yep, that's a bit annoying. Don't worry, I'll fix it. And there's the snare. So let's just make sure we have a snare. There it is, okay. That's super annoying. Oh, we have a clear button. That's right, I never used that. So just to get some of the feel, here's with the triplet. Right, those are triplets. Looks like we're going to need to up the tempo a bit here since we're using the internal MIDI clock. I'm going to... Oh, is it in options? Nope. Settings or something like that? Synth settings. So we got the super slow tempo here. UK Garage, as I recall from the DJing days, is usually around 128, 130, something like that. Let's do a little bit slower like this. So, we haven't got anything like a recognizable beat here. Okay, well, we're getting something. This is going to sound crazy, but I think I've just figured out another way to do it. Sorry for that little pause there. Yep. I can do it that way. Okay, so I'm going back to the original configuration here, the one that we know works. When I put the snares on 9 and then I plug the kick drums in, I realized I could make a garage style beat in a 64-step pattern. Is that more like a Timberland beat? It's not quite there yet. I'll get there. Here we go. Yep. Cool. So I think I can even set up an event sequencer now. I think I'm just going to run him as a 16-stepper and use him for the hi-hat. Oops. Yeah, no, that's the right one. And then use a reset out. Wait a minute. Okay, let's just plug him in and see what we get. Trial and error is sometimes the best way. Good. There it is. Nice. I still have too much friggin' reverb on my vocals. Turn that down. It's probably good. Let's just switch to Hall. It makes more sense. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Boom, boom, yeah. Okay, I'm going to flick around the presets till I get something a little closer. I have the feeling that a two-step or garage snare wants to be tuned up. Yeah, it's a bit much. Good, it almost sounds like an octave or two above the kick drum. Let's see what we can do to the, I think click and noise is what I want in the cymbal. What I'm worried about now is this sequencer resetting. Let's just make another module and then delete it to... That's what I thought. That's what we had. Even more minimal. See? Taking out one hit makes a huge difference, at least to my ear. Okay, good. We got a lot of the way there. We're doing really great here, at least from my point of view. I always thought that putting this beat together would be the hardest part, and I thought I had to do it in the shuffle pattern, in the swung way. I think we got there anyway. So let's build two more voices here. I really liked what I was doing in the previous session with FM, but I have a feeling that a chord might work here. So I've brought the sine bank oscillator, and since he's really 6-in-1, and I'm going to see if I can come up with something that makes him... Anyway, if he doesn't work, I'm going to go back to the two-operator sine wave, two-operator FM that we were doing last time. Phaser has a feeling of working well with this one as well. It's gonna, by default, it's gonna give us a kind of organ tone. That's still, organ and UK Garage works together, or it's usually in short hits. But let's see what we can get out of it here. So there's my simple signal chain. Oscillator into two-stage envelope into phaser and into the output mixer. But the funny thing is, I'm not even going to trigger it with a sequencer. I'm just going to trigger it with an event sequencer, such as this one right here. I don't want it to be right there. Okay, so now we're going to turn on some of the... first of all, let's get rid of these yellow cables in my face. And even the red, too, while we're at it. I need to be able to see the sine bank to know what I'm doing here. There's a nice octave. Now, we did a bit of tuning on the kick and snare just by ear, just because I heard it getting close. If we're going to do that, we've got to make sure the chord doesn't work against it. But right now, it seems okay to me. So... trying to get the minor key here. And drop in the 7th. Did we get that? Let's just hold these for a sec. Huh. There it is. Okay. It's a bit much. Okay, and bring in the lower guys again. And now I'm going to do my old trick of sending a bunch of LFOs to the AM inputs and let them all wobble a bit. Of course, we're going to set the LFOs to slightly different speeds. I'm going to try and keep them pretty close to start. There we go. So these are all set, yeah, within a few schmillimeters of each other, musically speaking. You can write that down. That's a musical word. Take it home. Share with your friends. But yeah, their amplitudes are going to wobulate, which means they're going to sort of fade in and out of the chord, give it more of a motion, different weight to each of those 6 tones. There you go. It'd be really nice with a delay, if there was a delay, which there isn't. Now I'm onto the phaser here. I'm going to try and up the depth and reduce the rate of the LFO. It should give me more gradual change over time. Might be too slow. I dial in the right center frequency. I think I'm going to give these guys a couple of random LFOs and let them drift around the old range there and see what we get. There's one. Oh, what's our... Oh my gosh, we're at 97%. Okay, maybe 8 LFOs is too many. He says like an idiot. Well, I don't want to miss out on my bass line, so... Ooh, how am I going to do this? Oh, maybe I could use a... Oh, but that'll be so expensive. What's a very cheap oscillator? This bad boy. That already drove us over the line. Okay, I can replace these with something else. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to eat my compressor. Sorry, compressor. I need the power. I can always compress my mix in a DAW or something. Wow, look at the difference here now. Adjust the levels. The hats don't have to overpower. I bet if I knock a little bit off the decay. Cool. So now I'm at 89. So now I can definitely have a baseline, thank God. Crazy LFOs eating up all my processing power. You go live over here now. Yeah, get out of the way. Okay, and baseline. I wonder if I can even get a sequencer in here. If I use sequencer 2, I can use the outputs. Yeah, let's see if I can. Sequencer B. And I'm going to try and clock divide it. Where is the clock divider? There it is. It's turning into an ugly looking patch by my standards. Oh, you know what? There's a clock divider up here. What if we just use 8 out of here? Oh my God, to make the swung I should have used T8. Okay, forget it. It's making it more confusing than it needs to be. And I want my key quantizer. Pretty sure we're hitting on E, but I want the range of octaves, so I drive that bass up and down a bit. So send this to his, oh, he's a slave. Oh, getting close to the max. Let's use OSC C. And he, of course, will need an envelope as well. Plug him into the mixer. Okay. So the pitch output goes into here. We can drop him down 2 octaves because we want him to be a bass line and not a melody. And we take the gate click out of here. I don't know if this is going to be good, but let's just try it. It's not what I was going for. So I'm going to try a different clock divider. This is not napalm death, thank you very much. I mean napalm unalive, sorry about that. No, I don't want fixed. I want regular. So I was feeding him 8. Let's feed 8 to the divider and then start dividing it. Yeah. And there's the SND part. The polyrhythm. It's awesome. Listen to that. This kick is not working with this bassline sound, but there we go. I think if I put a wave wrapper on this sine wave, I can do a little bit more interesting stuff. 96%, wave wrapper is 2.7%. Plug that. I'm going to feed an LFO into here and then turn it up a bit. Not quite what I wanted. Let's try that again. Maybe a digitizer instead? 3.4%? We have 0.2% left. This is going to sound bad at first, but let me fix it. I think this reset needs to be plugged into this. I'm not sure if I just ruined the bass line or not, but whatever. That's cool. Now there's a little bit of digital noise in the bass line. I don't know if that's really better, but no. We started here. I'm gonna kill one LFO, and I want a clocked random step generator instead. Which is clocked to this. And let's see if I feed that to it, what happens. There we go. Oh, baby. You hear that? So, just to be clear, the bass line, thanks to the clock divider, is playing a polyrhythm. But the digitizer that's processing it is being modulated in time with the regular rhythm. That's why we get those. That's just awesome. I'm not trying to sound like I think I'm cool. This whole patch is more luck than anything. I swear to God. From the drum part to the bass line, just pure luck. And that same processor, of course, is modulating one of the higher notes in the chord, so you're getting more of that rhythmic effect. So I guess the lesson here is rhythm, it doesn't come from, a sequencer playing a kick drum. When you use clocked random step generators, or you could sometimes call them a sample and hold LFO, as long as they're clocked to the tempo of what you're doing, they can give you a lot of rhythmic motion. I know I've said it before, but it bears saying again. I kind of want to do a quick cleanup job here. This clock div kind of belongs to this part. This is still in the, it's 6 and 1. We'll just leave the LFOs down here in a little zone of their own. And if we put the cables back up, it's going to look like a freak. There you go. Look at that. An awesome little sound system there. So, there's not much more I can say. I just want to listen to it for a bit, but I've been listening to it, and so have you. We should save it. This one definitely has a name already. SND Tribute. Go search SND. He has a great album called Tender Love. You can find it on YouTube. Yeah, there's lots of it, but Tender Love is one of my favorites. This turned out to be almost like a Timberland beat, as I said, instead of a garage beat, but it's working for me. I don't know, it's working for me. I liked it so much, I think I'm going to do another SND tribute later, especially if I can get the swung tempo figured out on the sequencers. As I said, the key might be this guy here, T8, triplet 8 rhythms. That's probably what that output is for on the clock div fix unit. One more time, Thanks to everyone who keeps tuning in. If you like the Nord Modular streams, they will not end. If you like the small Eurorack systems, that's going to keep going too. I'm just going to do all the different kind of videos and sort them by playlist, and if you only like one kind, that's cool. Still going to be tons more. I love doing this. I'm not giving up. Appreciate all the people who leave comments and their likes. It makes you feel good. Hope you all have a sweet day. It's Sunday morning. Got to go to church somewhere. Why not go to church with Father Moot?